Good afternoon, good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us on this midweek edition of Wake Up Call. Now, we say we're midweek edition. We are, of course, on Wednesday, the 5th of January. Now, to many people, that'll be a special day. To me, it's a special day as well, because it's a certain someone's birthday in my life. It is, of course, you know her well enough by now. It is, of course, my mum. It is my mum's birthday. I believe we've got a picture just coming up on the screen for you. Oh, look. There we go. And
that's gorgeous.
Look what the team have done as well, framed it well with a balloon and happy birthday, Mum. So there we go, an absolute happy birthday to my mum. Of course, I can't be with you this year because I'm here.
Yes,
you are. Couldn't be in two places at once, could I? No, it couldn't be. So happy birthday, Mum. You know, I know you did message back thanking me for the gift that I left her, so I'm glad that you like it, and we'll give you a call later on. So happy birthday, Mum. Much love to you. Have a great day. Now, talking about great days, we're going to have one today on Crafters TV, and we've got a jam-packed day lined up. Now, what we're going to be doing is having a look at what's coming along in the Craft Along. Now, the Craft Along being 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. Now, round about 12:15 or 7:15 Eastern Time, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at one of the products, or the main product, coming up in the Craft Along. That's the Silhouette floral dies. We're going to do a demo with them. So that's coming up again within that Craft Along. Then what we're going to do, it's Wednesday, so that of course means it's Creative Craven. So that's 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. Now what I'm going to do is 2 demos from Creative Cravens. So round about 12:50 or 7:50 Eastern Time, what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the word edgeables. These are great big statement pieces. These are phenomenal. And then sticking with Creative Cravens, round about 1:10 here in the afternoon or 8:10 Eastern Time, we're going to be having a look at the Trifold aperture stamp and dies. All 3 of these are brand new to me today, all launched while I was off, so I'm looking forward to getting my hands, getting inky and creative and showing you what you can be doing. These are going to be with, well, I believe with Joe and Becky. And talking about Becky, well, actually, there's a few. There's me, there's Becky, and I believe there's even Debbie popping up as well. We're all here today. But yeah, talking about Becky, another one I've not worked with for so long because, well, you know, I did take a little bit of time off. Can't blame anyone else but myself. Hearing myself, with yourself. How you doing?
Oh, so good, thank you.
So good to be with you again.
It's so lovely to have you back on our
Thank
screens.
you so much. It's good to be back.
We have got, as the lovely Craig has said, absolutely loads coming up for you today. Things I've got to remind you about. This is upside down. Whoop. Things I've got to remind you about. If you head on over to our website right now, we have got Joe's sale picks, because we've still got our wonderful winter sale on where you can get up to 70% off treats. New lines are added each day, so it's well worth keeping your peepers peeled for. And if you do head on over, you just have to click on the Crafters TV sign, the bit, you'll see that drop down and it will be Joe's picks in there. So head on over and have a little nosy-roo at that, because Joe will be joining us a little bit later on. We also want to remind you that there is a bit of a show schedule change on its way for you. It's going to be starting on Friday. It's the 7th of January.
Friday.
Gotta get down on Friday. And what I mean by that is, I don't know that song, it's really uncool. We have got Soft Side moving. It's at 3 p.m. UK time, 10 a.m. Eastern. That is Friday. And lovely Colour Me Happy's also moved. It's Sunday, 7 a.m. Eastern time. So those are the switcheroos that we've got. It is a brand new year. I've not seen you yet this year, so I hope you have got a fabulous one. Have you got, you know, are you succeeding in your New Year's resolutions so far? I know it's only a few days in, but if you are, it's a good go. Do feel free to get social with us. We love to hear from you. And one thing I will mention is that we have got the wonderful Craig is going to be whipping up some treats with us, of course, demoing today. bullet journalism I've heard mentioned. So if you have got any ideas, or maybe you have got something for New Year, New Craft that you are trying out, do feel free to let us know on our socials, Facebook, YouTube, the normal places, you know where we are. And speaking of where we are, it is most certainly brisk here in the wonderful north today. But if you are heading towards spring, we have got some really floral fabulousness, don't we, Craig?
We do indeed, and let me tell you, it's not spring yet in here, I'm telling you.
No, it's not. Forgot to put the radiators on,
I know
didn't
it
they?
did, yeah, put them on just before I went live there. Yeah, just to pick up on what Becky said as well, January is Creativity Month, so we're going to be having a look at bullet journaling, and we're going to be doing that for every Wednesday throughout January, and we'll do some different ideas and techniques, and we're in great company. We've got Georgina and we've got George in the gallery. Good morning, guys. Georgina, but then also Becky as well, know a lot of bullet journaling ideas and about them and that, so you're in good hands, and we'll be able to maybe just give you some additional ideas and maybe more creativeness that you want to pop into your arsenal throughout January. But that being said, let's have a look and see what we've got coming up today on Crafters TV, starting with the Craft Along. And this is the Craft Along, which is all about the silhouette floral dies. Now, this collection is where you're getting 15 elements in total. Now, today's price, $29.99 or $34.95. You're going to be saving over 20% with these ones here. This is what's coming up with Becky and Joe. But if you are platinum, what you're going to be paying is even less, $23.99 or $27.96 for you guys stateside. And all of these, within all three sets, you're getting 5 dies that's enabling you to create that silhouette effect when it comes to florals. These are the ones that we're going to be having a look at first when it comes to demoing on Wake Up Call, but do come back, have a look, have a watch, and even join in with Becky and Joe when it comes to that Craft Along. 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. So we're going to set Craft Along to the side for now. Then what we're going to do is we're now going to have a look, see what's coming up within Creative Cravings. So as I've said right at the start, all 3 of the items that we're demoing today are all new to me, all launching over the previous few months. And this one is our Everyday Word Edgeable Die Collection, 6-piece collection. And you're getting 10 sheets of Centura Pearl cardstock. Phenomenal, 310 GSM. Now, when the Christmas version launched of these, you guys went bonkers for them. And I believe you went bonkers when these initially launched. If you didn't get your hands on them, maybe with the lead up to Christmas, obviously your money, your pennies were going on presents elsewhere. Today's a good chance to get your hands on them with the dies, but also the cardstock. £50.99 or $71.99. This is the best ever price that you're going to be paying for these ones here. You're saving over 25%, but if you are platinum, that comes down to $47.99 or $57.59 for you guys across the pond. And we are still sticking with Creative Cravings, and what we're going to be having a look at yet again, something that is brand new to me, and that is the Trifold Aperture Stamp and Die Collection. And what you're going to be getting is 68 elements, and you're going to be getting 25 sheets of your 6x12 card. It's 6x12 because that is actually your card blanks. Within these ones here, today's price being £50.99 or $66.99, you're saving over 25%. Another one that is the best price yet, and you are going to be paying less if you are platinum, £40.79 or $53.59. You don't necessarily just have to use the cardstock card blanks you get with it. You can do them in a multitude of different ways, but that is what you're going to be getting when it comes to that collection, should you want to go for them. So of course, if it is going to be the Craft Along, when it is 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, and then hopefully you're going to stick around with Joe and Debbie Robinson. They're going to be here for the Creative Cravings. That, of course, being 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 11 a.m. Pacific Time. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu, because these are all available for you guys across Central Europe as well. So we're going to dive straight in. We're going to do a demo. I'm going to get myself sorted so we can go across to Becky, where she's going to go over something that just launched the other day.
If you are planning on organisation this year is going to be your year where you craft and you put things away tidily. If this is the year whereby you know you want to look after all of those treats and treasures, today's little treat could definitely help you out. This is our Get It Got It Good. So today's Get It Got It Good is all about Totally Tiffany. Check out all of these bags. Totally Tiffany is known for her buddy bags, and you've got a number of famous names in here. I've got Teresa, I've got Brandy, Stephanie, Barbara, Shelley, Terry and Merle. All of these will hold so many different things. Whether you are crafting with your paper stock, whether it's going to be painting, whether it's going to be gardening, whether it's going to be packs for the back of your car for if you have an emergency breakdown and you need some snacks. There is so much that you can use these for. It has been incredibly popular so far. It is our Get It Got It Good of the week, so it won't be with us that much longer. If you do want to seize the moment now, maybe you've never tried Totally Tiffany at that price point, it's definitely a great opportunity to do so. So definitely do. There's already loads of you getting in. Hello to you all. It's lovely to see you. We've got Sarah Brown in saying hello from Melbourne in Australia. Lots of people saying hi, Craig and Becky and the team and social superstars. Our social superstar today is Rachel. Hello, Rachel. We have got Lynn in. He's saying, good afternoon from Spain. It's a sunny 17 degrees C. Oh!
I think it's about minus 17 in here today.
Just in the studio. Do keep those messages coming in. I'll say hello to you. And also, don't forget, if it's your birthday as well, you can absolutely message in because it's the lovely Craig's mum's birthday. And Social's saying that you're getting lots and lots of happy birthdays through for that. Let us know if it's your birthday as well. We were saying before the show, happens to be my granddad's birthday as well today, which is random. 1932 he was born.
Was he?
Yeah, he's
really?
90 today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mum was born... No, don't worry, I'm not going to do it.
She'd have your guts for garters.
That's not good. No, yeah, should be asking for Christmas presents back if I'd done that.
Yeah, I bet.
Better not. But yes, thank you. Lots of the comments coming in, wishing my mum a happy birthday as well, and happy birthday to your granddad as well. But yeah, keep them coming in while we have a look and see what we've got coming up within the craft along. And it is all about the Silhouette Floral dies. Now this is the one where you're getting 15 elements in total. Now you're going to be saving over 20%. Now today's price being $29.99 or $34.95. But that's going to come all the way down to $23.99 or $27.96.
Amazing.
What I love about these ones, Becky, is yes, you can create your own little display for the floral aspect, but you can then start to use many of the elements as tuck-ins from or behind your flower forming, or maybe just your paper flowers, or anything where you want to add that little bit extra detail, a little bit of foliage. They're all individual dies, so you can absolutely do that. So let's show you these boards to show you, and then I can show you some finished samples. Because the idea is for you to do them and cut them into white card, colour them whichever way that you want, but you can of course do them in any other cardstock that you want. When it comes to this one being the Butterfly Meadow. So this is where you can see, here are the dies you get within the set, and this is what they look like once you've cut them out. Now, really good silhouette, so why not do them in black and create that silhouette aspect, get a bit of drama when it comes to your cards or projects. I used that word 3 times within Wake Up Call yesterday. Seems to be my word at the moment.
Really? Drama?
Yeah. If I'm not creating drama in my own life, I'm creating drama in my cards. Then we've got the Bumblebee Paradise here. Exactly the same concept, and there's nothing stopping you from mixing and matching. Or, for instance, things like this one here. Cutting them in. Maybe you want to make it quite long and you want to chop away these bottom elements. You absolutely can. Maybe you want to elongate it. You can. Maybe you want to use this one, but you only want half of it. You don't want the bottom stem. It's entirely up to yourself. You can get as creative as you want when it comes to chopping them up. And then last but not least, when it comes to this one, you have got... I think that's Scent of Summer. Is it Scent of Summer?
Yes.
Yeah, I have my cheat sheet. Yeah, we'll go Scent of Summer. Don't know whose handwriting that is, but it doesn't look like Scent of Summer to me. Yeah, it's not mine, George, in it either. So yeah, if in doubt, let's say. I bet it's Joe. I'm going to say Joe on this one. It was like
Slint.
Slint of. I'm going to say Joe. I'm blaming Joe. Flint of summer. Definitely scent of summer on that one here. And this one here, what you've got is kind of your, well, I did think something else as well, Georgina, but that's why I wanted to just double check. You've got that poppy look as well. So because you're able to cut them in whichever cardstock you want, colour them whichever way that you want, these are going to work for throughout the year. So that's the 3 sets that you get. That's what equals your 15 elements. Then you can create things like this. Now, as I say, the initial idea is to do them into white smooth card or watercolor card, so you can colour them in whatever way that you want. And that's what we've got here. So you can start to do your ombre effects, you can pull the colours in together, mixing and matching, and creating your own toppers. You can see on this one here, popped onto a stepper card. But then make elongated cards. Now this is a really long one. What I'm going to do just quickly, it is 3.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And that's the good thing, because many of them are really quite long, what you can then do is elongate your cards as well. So a really, really simple one, but a really effective one. Bringing in all your different pattern papers you've got at home. But how incredible does that look? For me anyway, Becky, I wouldn't initially have thought of mixing those two colour tones together, but how well does that look?
It's great.
You've got that nice subtle warm colour in the back with the papers, but then you've got that bright pop of colour when it comes to the florals. Then what we've got in here, do you know something? You're absolutely right, Georgina. It's like creating your own fussy cutting of decoupage. You know, you could do as well. It's got that sort of look to it.
Yeah, you're right.
If you want to, you can be doing that. With any of your floral dies that you've got at home, any of your nesting dies that you've got at home. And you can see many of these, apart from, well, this one here, this one going with the pastel tones. What was just a way to say is many of the finished examples, we've gone for the deeper tones in the background and really given that pop of colour when it comes to the florals. Then we're going in with the deep, and then we're going in with the blacks with your gilding waxes, and then putting that colour on top from the flowers. And it's what gives it that instant hit, and it also gives you that instant focal for the eyes to look upon. Or then go dimensional. So maybe you want to do any of your dome cards, maybe a frame, maybe a sentiment in the middle that you can see here, and build in all the way around. And you can do that. Think of wreaths, think of frames. And because many of the stems in that are quite thin, that makes them flexible, so you can go around corners and that as well. Home decor, frames, canvases, maybe bullet journaling, mostly around about stamping. Nothing stopping you from bringing elements in as well. It's entirely up to yourself. So that being said, I think what we can do, Becky, is drive or dive straight in. Once I get lots of comments coming in saying happy birthday to my mum, thank you so, so much. I think we'll just dive in and let's get demoing. What do you think?
Let's do it, yeah, yes, please.
Let's go for it. So what I've got on this one here is some of our watercolour cards. So you'll find anything like this on our website, as you know by now. But what I'm going to do is if I bring in my die set for this one, so let's put it here, we've got it here. The only one I've not got set to the side, there we go. So I'm going to go for the butterfly meadow on this one here. So I'm going to come in, and then what we've got, they're all nicely housed together. And I think what we can do is let's go for, oh, do you know what? Let's do them all. What you can do is colour them in 2 ways. You can cut them and then colour them, like I'm away to do at the moment. Or what you could do is if you come in with your sparkle inks, aqua inks, you can start to create your own backgrounds and then cut them. So they could either be a background or then they can actually be the colour tones for your florals. So there's 2 different ways in which you can create the colours. And I just think that there's such a nice way, Becky, to create the focal point or to simply add them as an accent around sentiments or frames.
I completely agree, and the fact that you can cut these out into the watercolour card as well, which, by the way, we do have on show for you today. We've got it with some of the aqua pens, which we'll tell you about in a bit. But I think the fact that you can cut it out onto watercolour card, but you could also do it just on black card, craft card. It's going to look totally different and have so many different uses, isn't it?
That's the thing, yeah, completely different. You could take one of the dyes, and as you've just said there, cut that one dye in white, cut it in black, cut it in craft, cut it in silver. All different,
yeah,
all different.
Yeah.
So bringing that one out as well. And it's actually a good point as well. Although some of them have got your thin, your veins, your leaves, things like that, they're still going to cut through things like your Centura Pearl, 350 310 GSM, or your Adorable Scoreable that's 350, anything like that, no problem at all. But if I take that one for now, and let's take this bit here, and let's bring a piece of black card just so that you can see how they start to look once you've cut them out in the white.
Beautiful.
Really is beautiful, isn't it? It really is.
And I was amazed that although they look quite delicate, the stems, they're not flimsy at all.
No.
Which I'll be honest, when I looked at the picture of them, I thought, oh gosh, but I'm quite heavy-handed when I craft, especially if I'm like watching the telly, you know what I mean? So I rip stuff all of the time. But I didn't rip any one of these once at all. And I think that goes to show how well thought out they've been.
It is. It really, really is. And that, don't get me wrong, that's part of the combination of the cardstock that you use, but still, the product development team don't just come along and go, right, we're going to make it that length or that width. They do have to take into consideration, is it going to be flimsy? Once it's cut, is it going to be sturdy? I believe they usually go in the idea of about 300 GSM. And we can see, if I take this one up now, if I hold it in from the middle, if I go from, I'll tell you what, so let's go from the middle. I'm going to hold it straight. Yeah. Once again, it is, yes, part of the cardstock, but it's not bending, it's not buckle, it's not flimsy. So you can be secure in the knowledge and knowing that if you come and layer up your alcohol, inks, anything like that, even your watercolors that I'm away to do in a moment, once they're dry, they're still going to be strong, still going to be able to add them to your project.
Yeah, it's great.
So that being said, all that I'm going to do at the moment, Becky, is take a water brush. I've got some aqua pens. I know we've got aqua tri-blends and that on the show, as well as a few other things. So all that I'm going to do at the moment, Becky, if you've got things to show, is start to colour using rose pink, sunshine, meadow and peacock blue. These are from the like original aqua pens, but then you could be using the tri pens and that as well if you wanted to. So here we go. So all that I'm going to do is just start colouring bits and pieces of these florals.
Beautiful. There's lots of you getting in touch, quite a few of you treating yourself to these as well. Marnie, sorry, love that name, Marnie. Oh, sounds so
nice.
Posh. He's saying, oh, these are pretty. I love the variety of flowers. That's such a good point. There is a vast variety in this collection, isn't there? Absolutely loads of different styles of flowers, and the thistles in there as well, which is quite unusual to see, I think.
It is, yeah. It's not something that I've seen a lot of, is the thistles, and it's good to have.
Yeah, definitely. Hello to Katie saying, oh my gosh, I've just got these silhouette dies, but not yet used them. Katie, well, today could be your day to have a good old time with them, because they really are so much fun. I'm sure you will enjoy them. Also, Rachel's wondering, did Joe write the boards again with that dodgy writing? And we've decided that it probably was.
Yeah, we have decided. Well, I've decided anyway.
Yeah, let's blame you. Yeah, because he's in later.
If in doubt, blame him.
Yeah.
If in doubt, blame him.
We have got some of the aqua tricolours on the show today, and we've got some of the originals as well in really big sets. So if you do like the way that these work, then you've got that to look forward to, because they do move beautifully, don't they?
Oh, they do. They really, really do. And that's where your watercolouring certainly is very, very forgiving, but then very, very easy to blend. And that's why when it comes to any colouring, for myself personally, I always recommend start colouring with watercolours, because it is very forgiving. Yeah. But you might find it easier to start with alcohol colouring, and likes of that Debbie Fisher, she finds it easier or suggests to start with alcohol colouring. But that's because we're all different. We've all got our different ways in which we craft and different styles. So you give them a shot, but coming in, colour it or cutting with your watercolour card and then starting to colour in. But you might need to make a quick card and want to use these dyes, but you don't necessarily have the time to colour or to let it dry, this is when you go through your stash with your pattern papers, because then die cut them in your pattern papers, whether you've got some floral styles or not, you can then, in some occasions, you could easily get away with it looking as if you have coloured them, depending on the design of the paper pads.
Of course.
Could be quite a good cheat way of doing it. And it's just a nice alternative way to create a card.
Definitely.
So,
and the thing is, the dyes themselves, even if you don't know exactly what flower they are very recognisably floral.
yeah, good.
And you know, sometimes some dyes, if you were to just use them on, say, a patterned paper, wouldn't necessarily be. You know, sometimes like a butterfly could look like a bow, for example.
That's a really
Do you know
good
what I
point.
mean?
That is a really good point, Becky. Yeah, you're absolutely right enough. You know, you can do. There's times that you can think, is that a bow? Is that a butterfly? Is it a dragonfly? What exactly is that? So no, I know exactly what you mean. You can clearly see that they are floral.
Definitely.
And what Georgina's just said, and you're right enough, again, I would agree with you on that one, very wildflowers as well. It's not...
Definitely. Definitely.
Excuse me, Georgina.
Our producer, has just said, "Are you okay, Craig?" Which is why he went quiet. And then in our ear, she just went, "You're agreeing with me a lot today."
I agree with you a lot.
That's not true.
Lovely Christmas tree, by the way, Georgina. Nice Christmas tree.
Wait, I don't get that. What does that mean?
The Christmas tree.
Right.
In December, I came in and done a little segment. Apparently, I'm quite judgmental of people's Christmas trees.
Oh, okay. No, I did hear about this.
Yes, did you not send your picture in?
No, I didn't.
Did you not?
No, I did not.
No.
I'm not good with criticism.
No, you're not, yes. Yes, I was spot on both Georgina's. It was her mum's tree, which looked phenomenal. And what was it you just said there, George? Yeah. I seen right through George's and went straight for it. That's not George. That's George's girlfriend. That is not George that's done that. And he just said I was right enough. Yeah, I told you. If it was you, I would have been well impressed. But it wasn't you, so...
Did you see Michelle's?
Yeah, don't.
I mean, that was...
Don't go down that road.
It was amazing, that, wasn't it?
It was the only one that probably had a little bit of criticism, and she was the one that was in the room at the time.
No.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was lovely. It was just not my style.
No.
You know, very random, and that is Michelle and as George said, each to their own in that.
Yeah.
Didn't realise that that one bit of critique was the person that was in the room. So yeah, it's become the standing joke now. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
I wasn't overly critical of Ben. I think with Ben's, it just could have maybe added a few more. It was very spacey in bits.
A bit gappy.
Bit gappy.
Yeah. Be totally honest, from your criticism, were you 100% truthful or did you sugarcoat a little bit?
No, really? I was truthful because the photos that were sent in were really, really good.
Yeah.
They were really, really good.
Lovely.
Leanne's that was voted a favourite was phenomenal.
Yes, I saw Leanne's, yeah.
Gosh, I voted for hers to be the favourite, I'm telling you. Can you imagine if I was critical on that one?
Oof.
Oh. People will be wondering, Christmas tree, Craig goes off, where's he gone?
Yeah, what's happened?
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. But here we'll go. What I'll do is I'll just finish off this one, Becky, and explain, well, what I've done here is pretty much, as you've seen, what I was doing. And taking some of my watercolour, so these ones, once again, was the rose pink, it was the sunshine, and then a little bit of the meadow. And all it is a water brush, but if you wanted to use your clear sparkle overlay, get a little bit of sparkle, then you can do. So I would just leave that to dry for a few moments. You can heat set it if you want with your heat gun. That's up to you. It's entirely up to yourself. But this time I'm going in with a little bit of peacock blue and I'm dabbing the colour in towards the bottom. So it's quite deep in colour towards the bottom. And I'm not necessarily going to blend it out. I'm going to let it bleed out itself. So it's going to dry out as it starts to bleed out. And then I can go into little sections here. And all that I would carry on doing is then coming along and colouring all these other ones in. Let's set that one to the side. I think we've still ran out of, oh no we do, we've got more kitchen roll. Here we go, let's just take that excess off. And then what I've got here, Becky, is some that are dried, all good to go. And this is what I mean, so if I pick that up again, so that's been coloured with aqua pens, with water, so it's gone damp, it's dried, and it's still really, really sturdy. Great. So yes, it's the combination of incredible quality cardstock, but it's all to do with the width, the diameter, the shape of the dies as well. It's not just as simple as our designers next door in headquarters just doing their own hand drawings. Yeah, that's really nice, that's it, we'll use it. They're all tried and tested to make sure that they do stand up and withstand on your cards and projects. And then what we can do, if I set that to the side, I've got a couple of layers together that all that I need to do is just assemble these. I'll use my tape runner, so a little bit of a fold back card, and then we're going to create our own little floral display on this back panel just here. Right, here we go. Oh, I don't need the dotted tape runner, I need the straight one. But see how colourfully creative you can get when it comes to...
Good bit of alliteration there, Craig.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know what that made me think? Drama!
Drama! Drama! Absolutely drama.
Emma's just asking, what are you using to put the ink on? What are you using to put the ink on? So
I think maybe that's referring to this.
That's what I was going to guess, yeah.
All this is a water brush. We usually have them on their website if they're in stock. It's just from Spectrum Noir, and you just fill it with water and then that creates your water brush. Alternatively, what you could do, if you wanted to, was use your clear sparkle overlay. It's just a clear liquid, but with this one it's got sparkle. So this one just creates a... When I say standard, there's nothing standard about the colouring, but it gives you the colour that's within the pen. This one, it does exactly that, but it gives it sparkle over the top as well. You could, if you want, instead of using a water brush, just use a paintbrush in water. Yeah. It does exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. So that's what I've been using for that one. So good question, because sometimes, to us, many of these things are daily items that we use, and I know that we get new viewers every day, every week, and sometimes you're really new that sometimes you don't even realise what the water brush is, what a poker tool is.
Totally.
So always ask away.
Absolutely.
Because I could bet your bottom dollar there'll be someone else that's wanting to ask that but won't ask it because they think it's a silly question, and there's no such thing as a silly question. So I'm going to pop that one there. And then what I can do is I will pop a sentiment towards the bottom, but this is where I'm going to start to assemble these onto my background, and I'm going to get them sitting the way that I want them, Becky.
Lovely. We've got so many people messaging about these makes. Christine is saying, that would be a nice card, just leaving the flowers white on a black cardstock, very elegant. Totally agree with that.
Totally.
And you would genuinely be able to do that in, what, 4 minutes? Depending on how many you did.
Yeah.
But you saw how many Craig could get through, even on the smaller plates. So you could really do, I love that idea. I have got Sarah in saying, I need to build up my confidence with watercolours. I've got tricolours and barely use them as I am not an artist. Sarah Kay, obviously with things like this, it's always worth giving it a go, but I'm doing the craft along this afternoon, and I would say to you that about 90% of the watercolour technique that I'm going to be doing is specifically for people who kind of don't think of themselves as having any watercolour skill. So yeah, that's coming up for you later on, and it's genuinely anybody could do some of these techniques, because I always think with things like that it's nice to build up your confidence, isn't it?
Yeah,
you don't have to go in first time and create, you know, the Mona Lisa. So yes, do stay tuned for that. And Katie is saying, oh yes, when you talked about Michelle's, it was awkward.
Yeah, many of you seen that at home. Many of you seen that.
Yeah.
You know when you just want the ground to open up and swallow you?
Yeah.
Definitely that.
Oh, funny.
Good point, Georgina. If you're going to be critical of anyone's work, it's best to do it to their face. Thankfully, she did. She did take it in good stead. Really good.
That's good.
But here we go. Bit of a fold back card that we've got here. I purposely, with things like that, like to leave them. So if I then sit them to the side, you can see it's very forgiving, it's very free-flowing, very natural, but it's actually all held in at the bottom there with some tape runner, and then I've secured it with the sentiment and a foam pad.
Lovely.
And you can fold that back that we can see here. But the different coloured tones, the different looks, the different styles, the different projects that you can make with these ones here are simply phenomenal. All part of the craft along with Becky and Joe. This is the Silhouette Floral dies, where you're getting 15 elements. And just to say as well, these ones individually will work through your Gemini Mini as well, if you're only wanting to do one at a time. $29.99 here in the UK, $34.95. You're saving over 20%, but if you are Platinum, it comes down to £23.99 or $27.96 for you guys stateside. If you are across in Europe, you just need to go to .eu. Talking about the craft along, shall we give you the shopping list as to what you're going to need to create Becky's shopping list? This is what you will need. Now, you will need the Scent of Summer dies, the Element Butterfly Meadow dies, Inverted Stitched Zigzag Oval dies, Floral Meadow Tricolour Aqua Pens, Great Outdoor Tricolour Aqua Pens, May Your Day Bloom Sentiments, Watercolor Card, Stamping Card, Glossy Highlights, Flagstone Ink Pad, and Scissors. Your additional elements, you're going to need foam pads, Collal glue, a paintbrush and water, Gemini machine, guillotine, Ultimate Pro stamping platform. Use a diffuser pot, base 1.5. Do you know something? I'm going to ask Becky on that one.
Oh, yeah. So, like, basically, I've put diffuser pot. You know, reed diffuser.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the ones that make your house smell dead nice.
Yes.
So you want to use one of them, but it can be anything that has a base of around that size that can hold water. It could be plastic, it could be an old candle holder, whatever.
Whatever. This is going to be really different. I'm looking forward to this one. You're also going to need some bubble wrap. We've all got that if it's not already pre-popped. Old toothbrush and flowers, real, dried or paper you can then be using. That is, of course, going to be 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time with Joe and Becky.
We have got real opportunities for you today to get crafty and creative. And one thing I do want to tell you about is if those wonderful dies are talking to you, especially after that lovely make from Craig, and maybe you're thinking about trying out something new this year, can I suggest this collection on your screen? For me, not only is it one of the biggest savings that we've got for you, but also I think it is one of the most expressive collections, because in here you're getting all 15 of those floral dies. You don't have to pick your favourite or anything, but then you're getting 9 tricolour aqua pens. Now these pens, if you've not seen them, magical. Oh, got a cough then. Yeah, really, really magical. You've got in here the different pens in one that have the 3 colours. You just add water and you can blend them. You can keep them standalone. This is all the colours that you get in your Floral Meadows. You're getting all of these colours, Great Outdoors, and you're getting all of your colour basics. All of those with a massive set of the watercolour card as well, which Craig was just using, for just $41.59 or $54.91 if you're brand new or a platinum. That is a mega saving that you've got there. If you just want the aquas with the papers itself, I have got for you a collection here. These are kind of your ones that don't sort of tricolour blend in the same. 12-piece collection you're going to be getting. Florals, we have got nature, and we have got your primaries as well. You get another set of the watercolour paper with that too. So pick which ones you fancy, treat yourself today. If you do just want the pens and the paper, then go for that one. If you want those stunning dies as well, which, as Craig said, individually will work in your mini, then absolutely do so. Hello, Kathy is saying that deal is fabulous about the one with the silhouettes and the aquas tried. You're right, I completely agree with that. Emma is just asking, for that card you've just made, what paper was it you used?
I can't remember. Do you know something? I've just seen your comment as well. I can't remember. I've got a box, Becky, whereas I put some of my odds and sods of pattern paper.
Got you, yeah.
Most of them I keep still within the paper pads, but there's some that I just pop into a box, and that's what was used. So I think I've still got some at home, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to check up on that one to see if I can jog my memory as to which one it was.
Cool.
It's not jumping out at me either what one it is. Sometimes they do.
Yeah, I bet people at home will
help.
know, won't they? Do keep your messages coming through. We love hearing from you. Let us know what you're up to today. And you can do it as the following ways. So do get in touch. What are we up to next?
We're going to do something just a little bit different for throughout January. It's Creativity Month. And before I take a little bit of time off, what we're doing each month is on a Tuesday or a Wednesday where we're starting a project and we're working our way through. So we thought what we'll do this time is January, the start of the year, you know, it's all about clearing the mind, clearing space, getting organised, getting sorted. And really when you're coming down to doing bullet journaling, or if you're wanting to keep a diary, sometimes diaries, they can just be a bit boring, they can be a bit basic, and then sometimes you're just wanting something that you can just pack a punch on your daily basis. You can take your notes, you can write your list, you can keep a track on something that is so at the forefront of the moment, and your mental health. Keep a track on your mental health, whether it's little things like you choose a specific stamp. Maybe you want to stamp them out on a daily basis. Create a colour chart. So maybe you're going to colour it in red if you're just feeling just a bit down. You know, like habit trackers as well, you sometimes you want to call them, but just to keep an eye, keep track on how you're feeling, you know. So as I say, maybe reds if you're feeling a bit down, oranges if you're feeling a bit green if you're like, yes, any colour you want. That's just as a bit of an example. But then going right back again for just diary, daily appointments that you've got, lists that you need to do, things that you're wanting to get done, things you want to achieve. And it's doing them in a fun and a creative way. Keeping it as very, very simple as you want, or you can go to absolute town and get all creative and you can do pop-out bits, you know, you can do pull-out bits if you want, or just use your stamps. And that's what I'm going to do within this one today. So I've taken just an empty I was going to say booklet there. You know, it's
a
notebook
booklet.
Yeah, it's a hard pack one that you can see on here. Very on trend as well, being purple as well.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Now it could be blank. It could already have lines in it, like I've got on this one here. Now, if you are doing it in blank, you know, you can be using your stamps that you've got. For instance, your organizer set, or your organizer set that has the calendars and that in them.
And the lines,
Add that, or by adding colour, adding stamped and designs. Maybe a few die cuts if you want. That's up to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of stamping and a real quick bit of colouring. So to stop it even just going through, you know, because this is in, you know, one of ours or that, so I know that it's not proper alcohol card or watercolour card. I'm just going to pop another piece underneath to protect it. Being January, the start, I want to keep it quite cheery, quite floral, so therefore I'm going in with our floral stamp and dies. Now I'm not going to use the die aspect of this one. All that I'm going to do is use the stamps. And what's good with this one here is you've got the floral, yes, you've got some sentiment, but then you've even got this one here. Now this is going to be a good one if you're wanting to do a tick point. Maybe you're wanting to write your notes as to things you need to do. Stamp this one out. That could be where you write your little notes, obviously quick notes because it's not overly big, or use it as that tick aspect. Again, it's just being about creative in even your daily organizer, but your bullet journaling.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do as well, and what I like to think, you know, and I'm not, I believe you do it more than I do, Becky. You know, you like your bullet journaling. So does Georgina, that is in our gallery today. So, you know, I enjoy doing a little bit. I would nowhere near say that I'm an expert, but by looking about, seeing the ideas that are out there, and it's not even about being perfect. No. For instance, I am going to use a little bit of watercolour in, But what I'm going to do, instead of using my stamping platform, I'm just going to use my hands.
Lovely.
So I'm going to layer it up using my hands. And then what I'm going to do is, let's add a little bit, and I'm going to stamp towards the bottom here.
Okay.
It's given me something for my eyes to look upon down here. We can hover list potentially down into here. You can change it. You might want your image at the top, your notes down at the bottom here. Again, it's personal.
Yeah.
This is your personal bullet journal. So let's ink that one up. Again, so if it's not perfect, doesn't matter. I'm not concerned about that. I want it to be personal to me. So what I can do is stamp and press and then remove that one. So that instantly gives me that rough sketch sort of look, which is what I want. Didn't know how it would look, but I knew that it wouldn't be perfect because I'm using my hand.
Yes.
That's what it's about. Then what I'm going to do is I am just going to take this one here. This I am going to use my stamping platform or an acrylic block because I do want to get most of this design. So I'm going to stamp that one up, and I might want to use this stamp, and I might want to personally block this up into 3. So then I've got 3 little tick boxes. I've got a full one. Again, entirely up to you. So if I press that one down here, but what I'm going to do, let's ink that again. I'm going to do another one. So if I stamp that one into here, and then look, I've got a little finger smudge mark, but don't worry about it. I'm going to do another one just into here. Now, what you can also do is, instead of leaving all of this background white, you can be changing the look. This could be some of your backgrounds that you like to create, you know, with your sparkle pens, aqua pens, stamp it, change it, do whatever you like. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of our art liners and I'm going to freehand just across. I just want to create my own individual blocks, and I'm going to go in here. I'm going to work my way along now. So if I do this here, so that's that one. And then what I'm going to do is take a little finger daub. I'm going to bring in the Chinese red. If I've got a Chinese red, it looks like to be one. And once again, I'm not wanting to be perfect here, Becky. So all that I'm going to do is just ink all the way around.
Lovely.
I'm going to get along the top here. I'm going to work my way along. A little bit there, a little bit there. Let's go a little bit more heavy-handed here. Let's go in with a light green. Let's go in with Spring Meadow. And this is water reactive here. And once again, it's all about, I'm not being perfect. So I'm dabbing it all the way down. Now I've got all this space that I could be inking. So I could come along again. I could do another one if I wanted to.
Lovely.
Could add it at different angles. But then what you can come along and do is, for instance, let's do, take down, bless you, Georgina, tree. Then I need to take down outside decorations, because I've still got them up. I took my tree and that down yesterday, Becky, but I've still got that outside up.
Blimey,
It's too
that's
cold.
good and organised, that though.
Decorations. But then if you like things like your calligraphy or your fancy writing, you know, you can make it jazzy as well. But then this is when you can come along. Now you can either tick it, or if you have I got a tiny, I tell you what, let's go, here, prime example, getting creative. We've got the full back floral stamping dies coming up later.
Right.
So instead of doing a tick,
Yeah.
why not stamp it instead? So once I've taken down the tree, which I have, let's go into, tell you what, let's all keep the colours together. So let's do red.
Okay.
So instead of doing a black tick, I've taken down my tree.
And you get...
So let's stamp it to say that I've done it.
Star.
Once I've done the outside decorations, come along, and then I can tick it. And then what you can do is, this is again where your creativity flows. Why not come along and then start to colour it a little bit. Start to pull the colour in and using what you've stamped to get a little bit creative. So once again, it is just pulling that daily things that you need to do, or it could be just keeping a track on your health. It could be keeping a track on, do you know something, if it's your health, it could be keeping a track on your medications, for instance. You know, let's touch upon that. Many people, for whatever reasons, needs to be on medication. Maybe you need to have them at certain times, but you don't want to be going through a diary, a plain old diary. You want to make it fun, creative, make you feel good as well. And that's what part of bullet journaling is about, keeping it as simple as you want, or going to all different levels. We've got another 3 Wednesdays in January, and we're going to spend around about 10 minutes each Wednesday looking at something different when it comes to bullet journaling. But just wanted to explain to you kind of the reasoning about it. I don't know if you've got any, you know, your ideas of that, Becky, that you think with the bullet journaling?
I love the way that you're doing it. I think that's so nice, and the fact that you're going to be doing one kind of each week is great. One that I've done, I did one a couple of years ago, where I did, it was literally every week I would be keeping up to date to kind of, you know how you do the general to-do lists, but then there's kind of the things you actually have to do that week. I was doing it like that, and what I was doing was putting little washi tape just at the start of each month as like a new tab. Yeah. But obviously you're doing this for January, so that could be a really cool one for you to maybe try out throughout February and throughout the other months too. And again, it makes it more fun, doesn't it?
It does. And do you know what it's about as well? No pressure. You want to do a daily one, you do a daily one. You want to do a weekly one where you've got weekly tasks instead, you do that. If you want to do it where, let's turn this page over. If you want to do it so this is actually then a monthly one, you know, you might want to print out a bog standard monthly block calendar and then stick that in and then get creative with that one. So daily, weekly, monthly, you know, whatever it is, it's entirely up to yourself. The main thing is it's enjoyable, but keeping a track on your tasks, you know, your mental state, anything like that. And that is, that's something that I'm really chuffed that we're able to pick up on throughout January.
Definitely, and especially as it is kind of, you know, new year, new craft. It could be a great one for when you come up with ideas. If you ever sort of in the middle of the night go, that's a good idea for a card, or, oh, it's that person's birthday, and you maybe need to make something last minute, you can put all of that in there too. I love that demo. I thought that was really, really lovely. Thank you so much, Craig. We've got a lot of you getting involved today. You're nattering a lot about the aqua colours. You're talking a lot about the dyes that we've got on today as well. If you have treated yourself to some of those goodies, may I suggest that you check out your baskets now whilst you find out more about Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Take all the hard work out of patchwork with the Gemini Build-A-Block patchwork system. This innovative collection of multimedia dies allows you to create patchwork blocks with ease and total accuracy. This set includes 18 dies to cut a range of shapes and sizes for patchwork or quilting projects. They can cut multiple layers of fabric at once. They include an accurate 1/4-inch seam allowance, plus all of your pieces are cut exactly the same size every time. Follow your own creative inspiration or look through the 20 patterns laid out in the guide. Not enough? There's an additional 60 patterns online. And right now, we have amazing offers on the Gemini Build-A-Block Patchwork System. Quick buy, get yours now.
Welcome back. It's lovely to be with you today. It's really nice. Happy New Year if I've not seen you yet. My name is Bex and we have got some real goodies. We've already been talking about those sentiment dies, the silhouette dies with those incredible florals that are just... We've already been talking about the aqua tries, we've been talking about watercolor, we've been doing bullet journalism. We have got so much more still to come though. And this one that we're going to look at is new for you, isn't it, Craig?
It is indeed. Well, in actual fact, all three of them today on Wake Up Call have been new to me, launching over the last few months. And this is all about our everyday word edgeable dies. Now, this one here is where you've got the 6-pack collection with your 6 different sentiments, but you're also getting 10 sheets of Solar Gold Centura Pearl, which is 310 GSM. Now, today's price being $59.99 or $71.99, you're saving over 25%, and it is the best price yet when it comes to these ones here. These are going to be featured in more detail coming up tonight, nighttime here in the UK, with Joe and Debbie. They're going to be on 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time with Creative Cravens. But that is a really good price. But if you're platinum, it does come down to £47.99 or $57.59 for all of you as well. So whether it's crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu, get across onto the website, just shop the show, or of course you can jump ahead as well to either Craft Along and Creative Cravens and have another look to see all the additional elements and products within there. But these are fun. When it comes to the Christmas version, excuse me a minute. Felt that just coming from the back there. When the Christmas version launched, you guys went absolutely crazy for them. So I was not surprised to hear that you went nuts for these ones. But this is what you're going to be getting. So maybe you've not got your hands on them just yet, and you've been humming in hand. Maybe you've got some Christmas money. You think, what can I buy? This might be the items. This one being the happy birthday. Now what happens is, so we've got our die, and it's the same concept throughout them all, but you have got on the die, the top edge cuts away, so this is where we're left with happy, and then on the bottom half, the word in the decoration die cuts, but because there's no outside die, what happens is it stays within your cardstock. Now it enables you to make these really fun card blanks that we can see here. So you can see where on the happy it's cut all the way around, but then within birthday it stayed in place. You get a bit of a 2-for, because what actually happens is the word birthday, actually these die cuts, and you know, we would say they would be waste. Don't waste them, keep a hold of them. You could be using them elsewhere or paper piecing, that's up to you. But we've got happy birthday. We have then got our just for you, so exactly the same idea, but this time it's got butterflies within them. All of them have a different decoration. We've got with all my love. Perfect one coming up for Valentine's next month. Gosh, we've just gone from saying, you know, Christmas coming up soon, now that we're saying with Valentine's next month. I know. With all my love for Valentine's. Then we have got congrats, you did it, for, you know, many different congratulations. We have got on your special day, great for any occasion, certainly for weddings, anniversaries, that's a good one. And special friend into that one here. All with the same idea, where what you can do is you can take these little die cut pieces out, keep a hold of them, and then pop them back in. So that's what you're getting, and this is what you can be creating. So let's show you what you can be doing. So keeping them as, have I got a simple, well here's a stepper card here to show you to start with. So a nice, lovely stepper card. Maybe you're going to be using your Ultimate Pro that Becky's going to have within the Craft Along. But keep them very simple, that you can see here. But then start to create all your domed effects if you want to as well. Do your drop shadowing. So if I put my hand behind there, so we've got more of a domed effect.
Oh,
so
good noise.
That one. Good noise, yeah.
Yeah, real nice. Oh, no,
I don't like that.
Right
no,
off
that's
it.
different, yeah.
Quick turnaround.
There's some cats at home going, Then you're doing your Z-fold cards that you can see here. So even if you can see on this part here, folding them in half, you can still create all your different fancy ones. Georgina loves this one, loving the peach colours within that one. Then you can see, you don't see peach a lot, Georgina. No, you're absolutely right, you don't. How many times have I agreed with you today? I know. Scary.
It's getting worrying.
Scary, it's about 3 now, isn't it?
I don't like it. It makes me feel uneasy.
Yeah, no, I don't feel right either. No, no. New year, new start. Gosh, anyone would think we'd dislike each other. You know, we better watch what we say, eh? Further from the truth. We've got happy birthday here, so you can start to create your bridged effect when it comes to your card blanks. Let's go into maybe your autumn tones. Now, I know we're just coming out of the winter. Well, you wouldn't think so today, certainly not in this studio. You've got congrats, you did it. Then we can do our inner frames. What about at an angle that you can see here as well? And then a few other ones. Can I just say as well, every day we come in here, it's nice and cozy and warm because the heating's on. It's just today that the radiator was forgot to be put on. So that's all. It is, well, it better be on because I switched it on. Well, it's one of those, you know, where you think, I think I switched the right switch. I'm beginning to wonder if I did or not. But yes, just in case anyone, because I know you're always lovely and you're always concerned, it's just today that it's like that. Usually we're like, what's wrong with all the lights?
Sweltering.
do you want to check, George? Certainly when Debbie comes in, we want it nice and toasty for Debbie.
Oh, yeah.
No, Georgina, it's in here in the studio. It's just behind the cameras. We'll soon find out. She's away to have a look while we do a little bit of a demo when it comes to these ones. I have got 6x6 card blank here. Now, when it comes to these dies, what we have got, and I'm going to do it a bit of an angle so maybe we can see, there's 2 little points at the left and the right hand side, just where my finger is and or my fingers are. Now, there we go, thank you, George. We can just zoom in a little bit. Other side, Georgina, behind the ramp bit. She's hovering. She's like, "Where's the radiator?" Right in front. Left.
There's also one there as well.
John's come in. It is definitely on. I switched it on. Definitely. Just for all you at home, yes, it's on. Did switch it on.
Only one of them was on.
Was it only? Oh, we've got 2.
Yeah.
That's why then I didn't realise we had 2 radiators in here.
Yeah.
John's just standing there like.
It's a whole new world. Here he is. Hi, John. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Digging the waistcoat, jacket, bomber
Gilet.
Gilet.
And you can buy this for just £72.95. You used to do a bit of modelling, didn't you? He did. He did. Anyway, I'm back with you, Craig.
Just to say, with that price here, jacket not included. Here we are. So these 2 little points here, what these represent is the end of the die cut line. So where my finger is just here, we've got the outline die, and then this is where it ends. So that lets you see where you've got that end point. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to sit it onto my card blank. So I've got my folding open from the left-hand side. And I'm going to keep this quite simple for this one here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come up a little bit because I'm going to do a little banner along the bottom. So what I want to do is I want to leave a little bit of white space, but you can also do little pencil marks so you can get it into the exact correct place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to secure that where I want it to cut. And what that will mean is all this bit along the top will cut away, and this bit along the bottom is going to stay in place. And because I'm doing it on its side, it's going to go through my Gemini Junior. So I'm going to pop that there. And then just to make sure, because there's a few bits still left inside from whoever used it last, and we're running low on time, so I don't have time to pop them all out. So what I'm going to do is add my metal shim in as well, just to make sure that, bit of a cheat way, I always do pop them out my dies, but we're just against the time a little bit.
Yeah,
so
time saving.
Adding that little bit extra pressure there with the plate, that's going to help. So we can then take this one away, and then if I lift this one up, so I'm going to careful at the bottom because that stays in place. The rest, I'm not overly concerned because we're going to cut it away. And then what we can do is I'm going to come down and then I'm going to cut down to where the end of that die cut line ends. So snip that in and I'm going to turn it to the other side and finish that off. Remove that, so carefully removing that.
Ta-da!
And then there we go, we get the start of our card. So this is where you could keep all of these little bits, so then you'll have the word birthday, which birthday on its own is a usable sentiment, or you can come along and just do a little bit of fussy cutting and take the word happy out. But if I take all these bits out here...
Or you could use like the letters from birthday to make new words.
You could,
You know
but like
what I mean?
countdown.
Pardon?
But like countdown.
Like countdown.
Yeah, but...
Or
you know,
card scrabble.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, the bad thing about it is well, this year now, I'm 37.
Right.
And when it comes to countdown, I'm so immature.
Oh,
I look at
yeah.
the words and I'm like, plop and
Oh my days.
poop and stuff like
Oh,
that. I'm like that.
I
you
wish
know.
I hadn't brought it up.
And then the contestant on there comes on with like a 9-letter word that
Yeah.
I've never heard of, and I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not even good at the maths either.
No, me neither.
Just for you guys states, I don't think you've got a version of Countdown anyway. It's just a game show where they just have, it's like an anagram, isn't it?
Yeah, they have.
Nine
They pick
letters.
letters at random, and then they have to make the longest word they can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll have a vowel, please, Rachel. Another vowel, please, Rachel. Yeah.
I'll have
like
1
that.
from the top, 2 from the middle, and 3 from the bottom, please.
Yeah.
That's for the
That's for
maths section. Yeah.
Just to clarify.
So I've taken a panel here. This pattern paper is from our original Year of Crafts block. I'm going to pop that into here. Now that looks lovely. It looks nice. But what I am going to do, let's bring our die back in. I'm going to take some of these bits that are still in place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to position it back in. Now you could have done this all to start with. You didn't have to remove it. I've done it so that I could do part of the demo to start with. And then what I'm going to do is I have got crushed velvet, lemon tonic, Chinese red from Water Reactive. I would usually use my blending tool, but seeing as I've got my finger daubers already out from earlier on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the Chinese red and I'm going to lay the colour down over, and that's going to then transfer through into the cardstock. So if I lay that one in, and then just having a play with the colours, Becky, seeing what we can do, what we can come up with. So that's the Chinese red, lemon tonic, and then, yeah, just play, which is what it's all about.
When is Chinese New Year, speaking of Chinese red?
Oh, it's
this
end
month,
of January.
is it?
Yeah, because it's that and St Andrew's Day. St Andrew's Day.
In January, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's obviously Scottish.
We were listening to some Scottish music before the show, weren't we?
Yeah. There's a good question.
Go on.
Yeah, it's not St Andrew's Day I'm thinking of. That's November. Here's a good question. Have any of you at home heard of the Red Hot Chili Pipers? Not the peppers, the Red Hot Chili Pipers. Let me know if you've heard that. Certainly used here in the UK, because I just thought they were
You thought
known
they
by
were
everyone.
sort of world renowned, but when Craig suggested we play one of their songs today, none of us on the whole team had heard of them. They
Yes.
were good, though.
They were good.
They are good.
You did kind of had to recheck as to what I said.
Yeah, Red Hot Chili Pipers. Okay, right, yeah, yeah.
And then maybe me had gone out thinking Tracy would be like, yeah, I've heard of them. Tracy was like, no,
Not
I've
a
not
clue.
heard of them.
Not
so
a
if Tracy's
clue.
not heard of them, then got no chance.
Yeah. It's
What?
not the 12th
Eh?
night. Yeah, of course it's the 12th day of Christmas today. Today's
No,
the
it's
day you
tomorrow,
need.
Thursday.
Yeah, no, it's, well, 12th night tonight, and then you're going to Epiphany tomorrow, which is when you need your Christmas tree down, isn't it?
I see. Burns Night, that's what I'm thinking of, Georgina.
End of January,
25th.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, we were talking Scotland, weren't we?
We were, yep. Linda White on Facebook. Yes, I've heard of them, Craig. Thank you, Linda.
I've not had that one through yet.
Oh, have you not? I didn't make it up. It's definitely there.
Are you sure you've
I've
not
made
that
it up? No, definitely not.
Oh no, it is through now.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right, Linda. Linda has.
You're all right.
If you think of the many, many, many people watching us now, that's not even 1% of people agreeing with you.
Someone has heard of them as well.
True.
Go on to, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever, after the show, of course.
Obviously.
And
Before the Craft Omelette 3.
exactly. Have a look, search for Red Hot Chili Pipers.
Yeah.
So here we go. Let's take this last bit. Yes, Burns Night, haggis, neeps and tatties, Georgina.
Oh,
Neeps,
delicious.
turnip, mashed turnip. Yeah.
Oh, that was great, Craig.
There we go. You didn't miss much in that conversation there. All that I'd done was added some colour, little bit of crushed velvet. It was lemon tonic and Chinese red. That's part of the Everyday Ward Edgeable die set, 6-piece in the collection with your 10 sheets of Centura Pearl cardstock, $59.99, $71.99. Platinum comes down more to $47.99 or $57.59. These, as well as so many more other things, across on crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. So while I get myself ready for the next demonstration, I don't know what Becky's away to do, but she's away to do something.
Yeah, go on. We have got some treats coming up for you today. So if you have just tuned in, hello, welcome. This is your wake-up call. Our show after this is at 3 p.m, which is 10 a.m. Eastern time. That's going to be our craft along, which is going to be with myself and Joe. And then at 7 p.m, that's 2 p.m. Eastern, we are going to have Creative Cravings. And that is what I want to talk to you about now. This is just like a really cool show for a little sneaky peek on some of the things coming up today. This is a festive tag and stamp collection that I'm bringing to you first off. And if you are brand new, let me just explain to you briefly some of the things you're getting in here. So these metal elements are your dies. You're going to run them through your Gemini or die cutting machine, and these will cut out these shapes quick as a flash and precise every time. In this one, as you can see, you've got your lovely winter forest. You've got stag designs in here, festive trees, the word love, hearts, great for Valentine's Day. And you're also getting these stamps as well. Really nice and easy to work with. Then I have got for you your magic of Christmas. Obviously, we're past Christmas now, but these will last and last day after day, year after year, and it's a great time to get them when you've got 25% discount. And we're not stopping there too. You can see how this section layers up, yeah? And how you've got that translucent paper. This is what we refer to as vellum, and you are getting packs of vellum within here. Some of them pure in their colouring, some of them with lovely textures though, like this one, which has got your polka dots upon it. So you are going to be getting a selection of each of those. You don't have to choose your favourite, you're getting them all, and it is 25% discount on that. We have also got a create a bow here too for you, and this one's a lovely design because of course you can do bows on presents, you can do bows in hair on maybe stamped out designs, and you can make them 3D with this. And it's not actually just bows we've got in here, you've almost got sort of rosettes too. So again, you use the dies to cut out the designs. Some of them, like this, you will fold down and you make these wonderful 3D designs that you can use on cards, you can use on presents, you can use on, you can even cut these out in like a thin fabric and do them in fabric if you wanted. $24.99 or $29.95 all year on that collection. Today, 15 elements total. We have got our Trifold next up, and this is something which is really quite new to us here at Crafters, and it's something that Craig is going to be starting to demo with us now. This is your aperture stamp and die set. 68 elements you're getting with this, and you're getting 25 sheets of your cards there as well. You have got a really good discount with that. Again, as you can see, £50.99 or $66.99. If you see that platinum price as well, that platinum price is what you pay on your first order, or if you're part of our platinum club. Should we get making? What are we going to demo, please, Craig?
Rightio. So we're going to demo with the doggies, of course.
Yeah.
But because we are running a little bit short of time, let's speed our way through the boards just to give you an idea as to what you're getting if you've not seen them before. So we've got the birthday bunny. We've then got You Mean So Much to Me. You're getting the You Have My Heart. You've Been on My Mind. We've got Peeking In to Say Hello. And we've got Best Buddies. So within these one there, this is actually the one I'm going to demo. So you've got the stamps. Now they stamp out to look like this, but what you've got is these dies here. And what you are also getting is the Trifold card blanks as well. So they come as they are, but blank. And then what you do is you do the die cutting and the stamping so that you can create these trifold effects. So you can have them peeking into each other. So you can see the doggy in the front, then the doggy on the middle, and then you can see the sentiment at the back. So that is the concept of each of them, each with your different design and sentiments as well. And then you can create many different looks. It doesn't have to be the small trifold card. You can be using your own card blanks and in your own ways if you want to. We can see on this one here, how fun and cool is that one? So you can see it's all about, it's very much, yes, it's a trifold aperture, but it's very much like a tunnel effect. As if you're tunneling in, that you can see with the bunny rabbits all the way back. And if you do want to create your own card blanks, they really are simple because all that is score lines. So using your Ultimate Pro or your scoreboard. But the main concept of them is that you can see your character on the front, the other character in the middle, and then you've got your design at the back that you can stamp if you want. Just heard in my ear, oh, the elephants are so cute, which they are. They really, really are. So we've got the doggies again. There's the butterfly, bunny rabbit, the owls. I know many of you all love the owls as well. Another owl, and here, two more. Here is the elephant. So there's your elephant in a much larger card that you can see here. And then doggy once again. So I'm going to show you briefly how these come together, but these are part of the Creative Cravings with Debbie later on tonight and Joe. So what I've got, stay there, don't move. I've got one of the card blanks here. Now, it's one of those that you automatically think you start on the left, but what I'm actually wanting to do, I'll show you the way that it works. This is what the card would end up look like. So we've got the dog on the front, we've got the dog in the middle, and then we've got the woof. So you can see that there. So this outer dog, this main front, if I turn it back on itself, you'll see it's actually on the right-hand side. You know, you automatically think you're going to start on the left. Yeah. So what I'm going to do there, so again, top one is at the right-hand side. So I'm going to bring this one in here. And then what I'm going to do is I've taken some pattern paper that we can see here. It's kind of got that tartan plaid sort of look. And then what I've done is I've created a matte layer for it, but I've taken out the center. And that's because we're going to use the die in a moment to die cut. So I'm going to layer these ones up. And because of the power of the Gemini, what I'm going to do, Becky, is do them all together. Because if I put this one on, I'm actually missing the center. So therefore, the Gemini is only going to cut through my card blank and this top layer of cardstock. Well, it's heavyweight paper. So I'm going to go all the way round. And then I'm going to pop this one on into here. So if I pop that one on, and then I can bring in the die set that I need. So go in with the dogs. So it's this one here, Best Bud. Is it Bud or Buddy? Buddy. And then this is where, if I pop the die into place, I'm going to secure it with my low-tack tape and run it through. And I'm going to secure it there. And then this is where I mean by, because we've got the card blank and then the paper, minus the black layer in the middle, that's going to die cut no problem. Chances are it would have cut no problem anyway with the black card, but you know, it's just taking that layer out anyway, so it's a good way to do it. So starting with the left. They really are fun. They're fun to do. No reason why you can't mix and match, so you might want to have, I don't know, dog at the front and bunny rabbit in the middle if you want to. Why not? You could do that one.
Katie's saying these cards are so sweet.
They are so sweet.
Anne, by the way, is saying, I have a CD of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Absolutely superb.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Did say, didn't I?
You did.
I did say. So now that we've got that outer one that we can see here, so what's going to happen is you can see here how we're going to fold that one over. So on this side, so I'm going to put that back. So there is what is going to be the front. So if we can see as it comes together, close that one over, close that in. So this is now where you need to die cut your next one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this one as a guide. So it's just make sure that you get it into the right place. So I'm going to use that one as a guide and get it central. And then I can secure that one. And then once again, Becky, I'm going to run that one through. And then what I'm going to do is I've got the dog and the additional elements already cut and coloured. So I'll show you what they look like pre-stamped and then pre-coloured. And then we can assemble it together. As I say, Debbie's got these coming up on Creative Cravens later on today, 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. And we can bring these ones out. And the dogs, they've been coloured with the classics, but you could use your tri-blends. Nice. Maybe you want to use your aqua pens, up to yourself. So if I fold this back in on itself, you can see how it's coming in. Then what I'm going to do is if I then bring in the doggies, so let's bring in these ones here. So this is what it looks like once I've stamped them out. You do get all the stamps as well in with the pack and a step-by-step as well. So it's all there for you. So that's them, and then look, once you've coloured them, so I've used red, I've used black, and I've used one of the yellows. Can't remember offhand what yellow it was. But you even get the little bones as well. We've got the woof hue as well. It's just so cute. So cute. But I'm going to bring in a few layers to pop into the middle. So let's pop these ones on and start to assemble this card. Here we go.
Mama Cass is saying that it was handy basically that you explained the organisation of them, because she says, I always get things on the wrong side at least once, sometimes twice before I get it right. Yep, that can happen, can't it?
Oh yes, absolutely.
You do it once and you think, why have I done that? Oh, I'll fix it next time. And then you forget, don't you?
You do, yeah. I know. Sometimes you just need to take a minute, don't you, and just think, right, how does it go? After about the third or fourth time of doing it wrong, it's like, right.
It's a good one actually for your bullet journal, Matt.
That's, yeah.
You know, when you do mess something up, you go, oh, blimey, okay, well, I'll bullet note that down so we don't do it wrong again next time.
There you go. There you go. Never thought of that. It's a good idea as well. Never a mistake, is there?
No.
Never a mistake.
Christine's asking if I have my craft along project with me so we can have a look up close. I do have it with me, but it's in the car.
Oh, it's in the car.
It's in the boots. Got a picture of it, but you did say close up, so I'm sorry about that. But I will have it for you later on. Emma, by the way, is saying, I have also heard of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Thank you.
So that's a total of 3 so far.
Well, at least it's still 3.
Oh, yeah. Well, obviously, they're really popular because they had a lot of hits, didn't they?
Yeah, a lot of hits. They were really good at doing cover versions.
Yeah.
Like
Avicii was one. Avicii was one.
So I'm listening to George and I'm listening to you as well, Becky.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
What
that's
did
okay,
George
George.
say?
What did you say, George? And no, the songs that they do, it's the actual songs. They don't change the title to a Scottish version. You know, they'll do Tom Walker, I Can Leave the Light On. You know, it's actually called.
Yeah.
called that, so they don't change it to, you know, a Scottish
I
version
will cook the haggis or whatever.
or I will leave the light on but in a Scots tang or something.
Right, yeah.
So there is the separate doggy that's already been cut and coloured, and we're going to pop that one into here so you can see how he's looking through that aperture. So if I bring in this one, I've popped the sentiment. Now this one, where is, actually, if I put that there, so what you need to do, you silly Billy. So what I've done,
Bullet journal it.
Bullet journal, there you go. So I've cut the die like that. It was meant to be that way, so that when the dog's head pops to the right-hand side. So where I've cut it that way, it's the dog at the back is going to be covered by the dog at the front. So I just need to make sure I've turned it round on itself, which you can, so here we go, there's a prime example. You can see how it should have been that way, not that way. But then, if you do it that way, and then we can see, you know the thing is, even if you still done it that way, it just means you're going to have a dog behind a dog.
Yeah.
You know, it's still going to work, but the main concept, dog on the left, dog on the right in the middle, open that up, and then you've got your sentiment. All the little paw prints and that are also included in with the stamp set that you get with it. But there is that one, and then that one there.
I love it.
So I better get these quickly lined up for
Demo
of the show. Demo of the show, eh? This one here. So you'll probably literally only have a minute. Sorry, Rachel. Keep it go. Number one that we done here, coming up in Craft Along. Number two, we used our sentiment dice, Creative Cravens. And number three is our Trifold Aperture die sets coming up in Creative Cravens. 1, 2, or 3.
Let us know which one you're voting for, and we'll announce the winner of that shortly. Before that, though, let me tell you a little bit about some of the other goodies we've got on for you today. Let's chat metallic pens, okay? I've got 24 metallic pens for you, and these pens are going to make you smile. They're glitzy, they're beautiful, and they just work so well every single time. It's a metallic pen unlike any metallic pen. It's extra. So if you do want them, that's your details on screen. As well as that, I've got your Ultimate Pro today. Oh yeah! If you've not seen the Ultimate Pro, I'm actually going to be using it in the Craft Along later. The Ultimate Pro is a tool that I believe everybody should treat themselves to. It will help you make your own cards of different shapes and sizes. It will help you make your own 3D boxes. It will help you make envelopes, so you never have to go out and buy one of the right size again. It will make so much. And in it, you also get the Centura Pearl. But I will mention that the Centura you're getting is the big size. We're talking A3, and you're getting loads of sheets of this. So all of this one for you today, big saving. It's just $39.99 or $62.95. And you're getting a big 20 sheets of that one. So we have got loads and loads of treats and treasures coming up for you. Coming up today. What are people saying, Craig?
So a lot of people are going, hey, Craig got it wrong as well. It's not just me. Don't you worry, I get it wrong as well at times. Just got it the wrong way round. Mama class, I always get things on the wrong side at least once or twice before I place it right. It does happen.
Demo of the show's come through already. Speedy, Rachel. Which one do you think it is? Do you think it's the one you've got on your leg? Sorry, have I just killed the illusion? Sorry. Sorry. I noticed you've only brought one with you.
I was looking for an Oscar, I'll have you know.
Sorry.
I was very confident.
Oh, right, okay.
I think it's going to be number one.
Do you?
I do.
And pray tell, what number do you have on your lap?
Wow, I've got number one. Number one has won Demo of the Show, which is going to actually, it's going to be a WWE triple threat today. It's going to be me versus you versus Debbie.
Ooh.
In Demo of the Day. So here we go. That's going to go up against the two of you. Rightio, so we do have that Craft Along with Becky coming up at 3 o'clock here in the UK, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, and then Debbie's going to be back for Creative Cravens, 7 o'clock here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. And I tell you what, let's give you... Actually, I tell you what, Becky, do you want to do it? It's your craft
Yeah,
along.
have a nosy at this. The shopping list of things that we're going to need if you want to craft along today. You've got your scent of summer dyes, your butterfly meadow, inverted stitch zigzag oval, which I don't know if I actually used in the end. I'll be totally honest with you. Floral meadow, tricolours, your grey outdoors, your May Day bloom sentiments, your watercolour card, stamping card, glossy highlights, flagstone ink pads and Swizzers. As well as that, these are the tools you're gonna need. Foam pads, glue, your machine, the guillotine, Ultimate Pro, you know the normal stuff. The thing you might not know is the used diffuser pot. It's basically anything around that size that will hold water. It could be an old candle holder, anything really.
Could be, it could be. I wouldn't know, I don't have candles.
Do you not?
I'm joking.
I know,
You're
yeah.
right, I was being sarcastic.
Sorry,
there.
sarcasm.
Yeah, sarcasm. Over the top of the head. Anyway, have a lovely rest of the day watching Crafters TV with these guys. I will see you same time tomorrow. We're going to do it for Thursday, and I think it's Joe that's back in the building for Wake Up Call. I don't know. I'll find out. See you then. Bye.